welcome to the episode 2 of the Self-Love series. Because, man, in order for you to strive and to really live a full life, it begins with living a full life within yourself and embracing yourself, so that whatever comes your way, you are able to really rise and be who you were created to be, all that you were created to be, not half, but all. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So we've already addressed what self-love actually is. So let's address how we can actually start applying the self-love in your life. Okay, so when it comes to applying, or the application of self-love, you apply it in all the levels of your life: emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, all of you, because all those parts are a part of you. Therefore, they need to be nurtured, well taken care of, and need your attention. So let's start with the spiritual and the emotional, because those two go hand in hand. So spiritually, you could ensure that you take the time to feed yourself spiritually. If you're Christian, you definitely spend time with God or scriptures, and embracing, your spiritual life, embracing and constantly keeping it consistent. Because yes, you may be on fire one day, and then as time goes on, you slowly lose it. But ensure that that consistency is there. As much as you nurture the relationships around you, that relationship with your healer, that relationship with your creator also needs to be nurtured and also needs your attention. So spending time with God, trying to find out or get answers from Him, with regards to who you are, what He's placed in you, everything, because He's placed amazing things, talents, tools, everything that you will need in this life is already inside of you. It's just a matter of you being aware. So how will you be aware if you're not even going to take the time to discover what those particular tools or talents are that you will need? So spend time with your healer, spend time with your creator, spend time doing things that feed you spiritually. And for me, it's nothing but the word and worship music. So do things that make you feel whole, that make you feel connected, spiritually and emotionally as well. Be aware of all your triggers and everything that has affected you, or that is affecting you emotionally. Childhood traumas. There could be experiences that you experienced when you're still a child that is still tormenting you or haunting you till this day. And the more you run, the more they'll run after you, trying to deal with it. And yes, it may not be the easiest thing to do. Try therapy, try speaking to people, or try self-therapy. But some people would rather, start by speaking to others. It depends on who you are. So be aware of what is going on emotionally. What are your triggers? What is making you break down? Discover it, fix it, and find ways to prosper through it. But it all begins with self-awareness. Journal. Don't be afraid to journal, because at the end of the day, you really need to be aware of certain emotions. My best friend shared like a way to overcome these things with me, and literally it's something so simple yet so powerful. If you just feel randomly sad, ask yourself, why am I feeling sad? What triggered this? Where does this come from? What did I listen to? What did I think about? Or who came and spoke something over me that is making me feel this way? Analyze that, and when you analyze it, it will be easier for you to deal with that particular situation, because you'll ask yourself why until you get to the core of that particular problem, and then you are able to deal with it. But the more you run away or suppress it, it's only going to grow underneath the ground as you keep burying it deep, instead of uprooting that particular situation or problem and deal with it. Okay, take care of yourself emotionally, take care of yourself spiritually, because those two are extremely important. Because yes, the whole looking cute, whatever, but if your house or your garden is not well taken care of inside, it will always reflect itself through your life. So nurture it, take time off. If you feel like it's time, you just need a break, take a break. Do self-introspection. Ask yourself, how are you feeling? How are you doing? What is making you feel what? If you're happy with something, embrace it. If not, uproot it. So taking care of yourself and practicing self-love in terms of emotionally and spiritually is you exercising it through being aware and acceptance and journaling things down just for you to become more aware of what is happening internally so that you can strive to be successful internally. So with that being said, I just hope that it helped you one way or another. I will send scriptures. I will also put everything in the description box below that will help you, material that helped me every time I also hit, rock bottom, and it's like, yo, how am I going to get out of the situation? But it's literally me having a conversation with myself and saying, listen, I am not happy, and being honest, I am not happy with this. Then I step into a moment of prayer. Then prayer, that's where you let everything go and you are able to overcome and be victorious in all that you do. Thank you so much for joining me for the second episode of the self-love series. So let's go to part 3. You better make sure that you also click on the part 3 of the self-love series. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Okay.